Why most people fail before they even begin, and how to defy it. The brutal truth, how potential dies before it ever lives. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. It is the slow, silent suffocation of potential. The murder of dreams committed not by external forces, but by the internal saboteur that whispers, "You can't," before you ever try. Most people fail before they begin because they mistake preparation for procrastination, fear for wisdom, and hesitation for strategy. They stand paralyzed at the edge of greatness, measuring the distance to the summit, but never taking the first step. This is the fatal error that has claimed more dreams than all economic recessions, personal tragedies, and external obstacles combined. The failure that happens in the mind before it manifests in reality. The moment when potential energy, that raw, untapped force, dissipates into nothingness because the spark of action never comes. Consider this. Every day, millions of people wake up with ideas that could change their lives. Ideas for businesses, books, inventions, transformations. Yet by nightfall, these ideas are already dying. Not because they were bad ideas, but because they were never acted upon. The would-be entrepreneur researches endlessly, but never launches. The aspiring writer perfects outlines, but never writes the first chapter. The future athlete buys equipment, but never starts training. This is how potential dies. Not with a bang, but with 1,000 hesitations. The psychology of self-sabotage, why we stop ourselves. The human mind is wired with two competing impulses, the drive to grow and the instinct to stay safe. When these impulses collide, as they do whenever we consider pursuing something meaningful, the safer path often wins by default, not because it's better, but because it's familiar. Neuroscience reveals that our brains process uncertainty with the same neural pathways used to detect physical threats. This means that contemplating a bold move, quitting a stable job to start a business, for example, triggers the same survival mechanisms as facing a predator. The amygdala sounds the alarm, danger, retreat, and so we do. But here's what separates those who achieve from those who only dream. The achievers have learned to reinterpret that fear. They understand that the pounding heart before a big presentation isn't anxiety, it's excitement. The resistance they feel when sitting down to work isn't a sign to stop, it's the friction that precedes growth. History's greatest innovators all faced this crossroads. Thomas Edison didn't wait until he felt confident to invent the light bulb. He acted despite his doubts. Henry Ford didn't have perfect conditions to revolutionize transportation. He created them. The common thread? They understood that waiting to feel ready is the surest way to never begin.